What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. How y'all doing out here this Tuesday morning? I know I'm up pretty late. Got started late today. Had my little round with Blue Monday, you understand? So, nevertheless, here I am. Shout out to DOS. See? Shout out to DOS. This is what it's all about. You understand what I mean? Coming together collectively and going for what's ours. You understand what I mean? And the thing is, though, we always got to remember to make sure that we put the Most High first in this and first, simply because we want this movement to be successful. Because know this, remember, and I can't remember what scripture it was, but he did say, from apart from me, you can do nothing. That means anything you try to do, it's going to fail. So, it's important that we make sure that we put the Most High first in this situation right here. Then that way, we can get things done and get where we need to be as a people. You understand? Now, this is about Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders got a problem, okay? He's got a problem. I've seen him, on this show right here, The View and The Breakfast Club. And I'm telling you, every time they bring up the word reparation, it's just like slashing holy water on a vampire. I'm telling you. What does that mean? What does that mean? What the hell you think it means? You know what it means. You see? You understand? So this is what we're going to get into, a little bit, on Bernie Sanders. See? Let's get into this video. Then I'll come back with my commentary.
Washington.
Thank you, Senator Sanders. Part of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow in the U.S. is the legacy of income inequality in the U.S. What is your position on reparations to the descendants of slaves?
Well, as I just indicated, there are massive disparities that must be addressed. There is legislation that I like, introduced by Congressman Jim Clyburn. It's called the 10-20-30 legislation, which focuses federal resources in a very significant way on distressed communities that have high levels of poverty. So as I just indicated, I think we have to do everything that we can to end institutional racism in this country. It is not acceptable to me that the rate of childhood poverty among the African American community is over 30% in this country. That is beyond belief. That African Americans die from cancer at higher rates than whites. So we're going to do everything we can to put resources into distressed communities and improve lives for those people who have been hurt from the legacy of slavery.
So what is your position specifically on reparations? I asked the question because Elizabeth Warren, Julian Castro, they've indicated they want
What does that mean? What do they mean? I'm not sure anyone's very clear. What I've just said is that I think we must do everything that we can to address the massive level of disparity that exists in this country.
I'll tell you what they mean, because Elizabeth Warren has said black families have had a much steeper hill to climb. We need systematic structural changes to address that. Julian Castro has said, I have long thought that this country would be better off if we did find a way to do that, reparations.
Well, I agree with what Elizabeth said.
So you would support
read what she said. What does that mean? She means, I think, I don't want to put words into her mouth, is what I said. Okay? In other words, as a result of the legacy of slavery, you have massive levels of inequality. It has to be addressed, and it has to be addressed now.
In 2016, you said it would be divisive, reparations.
Well, again, it depends on what the word means. And I know you don't want to be divisive tonight.
All right, let's go to some...
Now, that Kenite is slick. But I'm going to tell you this. If Wolf Blitzer had said reparations to Bernie Sanders one more time, and he would have been like this. Yes. If Wolf Blitzer, I'm telling you, Wolf Blitzer would have, he would have had his hands full, I'm telling you. Because this dude right here, I'm telling you, he gets very edgy whenever somebody, bring up the word reparation. I'm telling you, he acted the same way basically on The Breakfast Club and The View. And here on CNN. See? Okay, let's read the story. We just dissecting what we already seen, but we just gonna get into this anyway. Okay, it says independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders appeared irritated Monday night when CNN anchor Wolf Blitzer repeatedly pressed him to take a stance on slavery reparations. Sanders, who is running in the Democratic primary for the 2020 presidential election, participated in a town hall on a CNN to make his case to potential voters. Well, like I said, if he get in there, it won't be by my vote. Like I said, I gave that vote shit up. When I got tricked with Barack Obama, that was it for me after that. I said, well, I understand, what the Most High said in his word. And so therefore, he's my commander in chief, Sanders responded to an audience question about reparation for the descendants of slaves, DOS. Check that out. By asserting that there are disparities in societies that must be addressed. This is a legislation introduced by Representative Jim Clyburn. It's called the 10-20-30 legislation, which focuses federal resources in a very significant way on distressed communities that have high levels of poverty, Sanders explained. I think we have to do everything we can to end institutional racism in this country. He don't mean that. He don't mean that. Like I say, he gets too agitated by the word reparation alone. That dude don't mean that. So what is your position specifically on reparations? Blitzer jumped in. I asked the question because Elizabeth Warren, Julio Castro, they've indicated they want. What does that mean? Sanders said, cutting off Blitzer. What does that mean? I'm not sure anyone is very clear. He know what it means. He know what it means. See? I'm going to tell you what he know what it means. It means if we as black people come up like that on reparation, they can see they as descending while we ascend. That's what it is. You see what I mean? That's what it really means. But he's not going to say that. He just want to play stupid. And he don't have to play stupid. See? He's doing a good enough job just being who he is. See? Blitzer replied by reading exactly what Warren and Castro have said about reparation, and Sanders said he agrees with what Warren said. So you would support. Blitzer tried again, but Sanders interrupted and began aggressively pointing at Blitzer's notes. Man, that was, see, I'm telling you, hot around the collar. See, you don't vote for nobody like that. Even if you are voting, don't vote for nobody like that. And before I go any further, that Kamala Harris chick, nah. I'm telling you. Now, I heard a lot of shit about her. Cory Booker, you know what I'm saying? These people. I'm telling you, you vote like that, you really between a rock and a hard place and dirt. You see what I'm talking about? That's it. See? Because, like I said, all of them, they just looking for their turn at the wheel to protect the status quo. You see what I mean? Other words, to uphold what has already been set in place. And they take the oath to do that when they president. See? But they don't want the people like us to know that. See? Okay, it says, read what she said. What does that mean? Sanders asserted, it means I think I don't want to put words into her mouth. What I said. Blitzer refused to relent. Noting that Sanders previously said that reparations would be divisive. I don't know what the hell they talking about. Shit, things are already divisive. See? Reparations is bringing people together. See? A la DOS. See? Well, ADOS. Let's get that right. Well, again, it depends on what the word means. And I know that you don't want to be divisive tonight, Sanders concluded. That was horrible. He know what the word means. It's code for if they get reparations, we descend while they ascend. And we just can't have that. Now, they've been sending some of their little, you know, them little manumissions, flunkies, you know what I mean, turncoats, out like Angela Rye, Joy Reid, and your boy Roland Martin. You understand what I mean? And the thing is this. They tell them, see, ADOS is scaring the shit out of them. See? And they getting on the the ones I just forementioned, they getting on their ass. They like, hey, you have your orders. What the hell is taking place here? This American DOS shit is really getting traction here. It's something that's got to be done about this. You guys have your orders. What the hell is going on? This whole movement needs to be derailed. See, that's what they telling them behind closed doors. So then that's when you get Angela Rye come up talking about some, if black people get reparations, it's just going to, cut everybody else up. Everybody else, other races to be included. Now, what the fuck would we as a people be including other races? Ain't that what it's been? Ain't that what civil rights was all? What happened when civil rights got hijacked what our ancestors went out and built? Civil rights are plentiful for every other fucking race. You know what I mean? White, Hispanic, you know what I mean? Foreign, whatever. And came here and got put before the children of the mighty, the Most High. See, I'm telling you, that's what happened. So why would we fight? You understand? For these people to no, this is all about us. There's nothing divisive about this situation. So I know when we get reparation, Bernie Sanders gonna cook. You can rest assured of that. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this is James, and I'm out. Peace.